Good morning, dear students. Last class I told two types of theorems. That is, theorem 1 is equation of line passing through the point and parallel to one vector. That is, r vector is equal to a vector plus lambda into alpha vector. At the same time, I have told one more theorem, that is the equation of line passing through the 2 points. For these two, we have finished form of vectors methods and Cartesian methods. Now today we will solve shortest distance between the skew lines. And before that, what is meant by skew lines? First, we must know about concepts and definitions of skew lines here. Skew lines means generally you are saying parallel lines, intersecting lines, and also perpendicular lines. Like that, we have seen different types of lines in planes and in space also. Like, for example, skew lines means if two lines are parallel to each other. In this case, we are telling they are parallel lines. L1 is one line and L2 is one line. Otherwise, and second case, if the two lines are intersect, L1 and L2, they are intersecting at one point P, like a small point, small letter P there here. In this case, we are telling intersecting lines. In this case, the first case, we are calling those lines are parallel lines. Parallel lines. In second case, we are calling these lines are intersecting lines. Intersecting lines. And if the two lines are perpendicular, they are like this. In this case, we are calling these lines are perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines, this is. Perpendicular lines. Like that, we have seen these types of lines in planes. And also we have seen like all these lines in case of two-dimensional geometry. At the same time, we can see like all these lines in case of three-dimensional geometry also. But skew lines means they are differ to all these three lines. Say, skew lines means they never parallel and never intersect. In all these three cases, easily we can analyze which are parallel and which are intersecting and which are perpendicular. Already I told now three cases. But in case of skew lines, skew lines means they never parallel and they are not intersecting, like these lines. Lines will become like this. Like this. They are not parallel and they are not intersecting. Like those lines are called skew lines. It is L1 and it is L2. L1 it is and L2 this is. That's why in case of three-dimensional geometry, we are seeing skew lines means the definition and concept of skew lines is the lines which are not parallel and not intersecting. Like those lines are called skew lines. In these skew lines, how to find out distance between these two skew lines? That is, the distance between the skew lines L1 and L2 is called shortest distance. This is the shortest distance. That shortest distance here we have to find out. How to find out shortest distance between these two skew lines? That is, today we will discuss theorem on this, how to find out the shortest distance between these two lines. Whenever, if they can parallel, for example, if they can parallel, easily we can find out by applying a length of perpendicular distance between the parallel lines. Otherwise, they are perpendicular. In this case also, if they are perpendicular, here one point is there, from point to this line, easily we can find out distance between from point to this line by applying a distance formula. Like that, similarly, in the same way, here also one formula is there to find distance between the skew lines L1 and L2. That is theorem is there. Based on that theorem, we are going to deriving that the shortest distance between the skew lines L1 and L2. That's what. How to find out now shortest distance between the skew lines? Let us now we are discussing about the shortest distance between the skew lines. Just now I told definition of skew lines means the lines, they are not intersecting and they are not parallel. Then we are calling those types of lines are called skew lines. In skew lines means they are non-coplanar. Whenever parallel and perpendicular intersect, I tell now, in all those three cases we are calling coplanar. All the lines are coplanar. In case of they are parallel to each other, they are intersecting, or they are perpendicular. Like all those lines we are calling coplanar. All the lines should be lies in same plane. That's what in those three cases we are calling all the lines are coplanar lines. But in case of skew lines, they are non-coplanar, because one line will come another plane, another line will come from another plane. Like that, lines will be like this. Wherever in case of three-dimensional geometry, if you can see lines like this, means they are skew lines. That is, they never parallel and they never intersect. In that case, how to find out distance between those two skew lines? The distance between the skew lines is always called as the shortest distance between the skew lines. That is theorem 3. Theorem 3 now it is. To find shortest distance between shortest distance between the between the skew lines, or between the two lines, Why I am not writing here skew lines means, wherever if you can see the shortest distance means, the distance will come between the skew lines only. That's what lines are nothing but skew lines. How to find out shortest distance between the skew lines? Proof for that one is, see, diagrammatically I am taking here skew lines here. One is first L1 is, and second one is second line is L2. Here take one point capital A with position vector capital A of A bar, A small a vector, and here B, that is B of small letter B vector, and just join them here. And here take one point P here, and Q here, and its line is perpendicular to both L1 and L2 here. Take parallel to vectors L1 and L2 one alpha vector here. Alpha vector is parallel to the line L1, and beta vector is parallel to one more line L2 here. Beta vector here. Just if we can extend here, just if we can extend this, extend the PQ up to the vectors alpha vector and beta vector here. This is also perpendicular to alpha vector and beta vector. Then we have to find out how to find out the distance of AB. Distance of AB or distance of PQ here. See here, let capital ABA point on the line. Let capital ABA point on the line L1 with the position vector small letter a vector, that is OA vector is equal to small letter a vector, and BB a point, capital B be the point, B be the point A on the line, and B be the point B on the line, B is the point on the line L2, on the line L2 with the position vector small letter b vector, that is OB vector is equal to small letter b vector. And I have taken 2 points A on the L1 with position vector small letter a vector, that is OA vector is equal to small letter a vector. B is the point on the L2 with the position vector OB vector is equal to small letter b vector. At the same time, what about alpha vector and beta vector means? I have taken those two parallel to the lines L1 and L2 respectively. That is the L1 is parallel to alpha vector, and L2 parallel to beta vector. At the same time, PQ is perpendicular to L1 and L2. PQ is perpendicular to both lines, L1 and L2 here. PQ is perpendicular to both lines L1 and L2 here. Next one is, if we can extend PQ like this, then the PQ is perpendicular to both vectors alpha vector and beta vector is given by alpha vector cross beta vector. This vector we can write alpha vector cross beta vector, because the cross product of alpha vector and beta vector can be written as alpha cross beta vector, that is in this direction, that is perpendicular to both vectors alpha vector and beta vector. That's what the vector of PQ is. The vector of PQ is alpha vector cross beta vector. Clearly PQ is the shortest distance. Here AB is also very small shortest distance. If you can observe, this projection or this shade of AB is fall on the PQ. That's what here we have to apply vector formula. In dot product we have discussed the projection of the vector A vector on B vector is given by A vector dot B vector whole divided by magnitude of B vector. That formula here we have to apply. That is the shortest distance of PQ is equal to the shortest distance of PQ of PQ is given by the projection of AB, the projection of AB vector on PQ vector. The projection of AB vector on PQ vector. PQ vector we considered, what is the PQ vector is? Alpha vector cross beta vector. That's why projection of AB vector on PQ can be written as, that is equal to modulus of AB vector dot PQ vector whole dividing by magnitude of PQ vector. It is equal to AB vector. Convert AB vector in terms of position vectors. How we are converting this AB vector in terms of position vector is second position vector minus first position vector of point A. That is second minus first, or second point minus first point, like this OB vector minus OA vector dot PQ vector. In place of PQ already we considered alpha vector cross beta vector whole dividing by magnitude of PQ means magnitude of alpha vector cross beta vector. It is putting in modulus because the distance is always measured in positive level. That is equal to, instead of OB what we considered here? B vector minus, instead of OA what we considered? A vector, small letter A vector dot alpha vector cross beta vector whole dividing by magnitude of alpha vector cross beta vector, which is the formula to find distance between the two skew lines. Whenever if they will ask find the distance between the skew lines, at the time we have to apply this formula, that is the modulus of B vector minus A vector dot of alpha vector plus beta vector whole dividing by magnitude of alpha vector plus beta vector. How to collect B vector, A vector, alpha vector plus beta vector means they will give all these vectors in the given question. From the given two lines we have to collect the vectors A vector, B vector and alpha vector and beta vector. After finding all the four vectors from the given two lines, then we have to substitute in this formula what we need. We have to find out those values, and after finding those values put them in this formula, we will get required distance between the skew lines, that is the shortest distance here. Next one is, here we'll discuss about some, under the notes I'll give you some important formulas here. Just write notes. Under this note we are going to writing those under this note important formulas, all this. Number 1, the shortest distance between the shortest distance between the skew lines, distance between the skew lines, or between the lines you can write, no problem, lines, or vector is equal to A vector plus lambda into alpha vector, and or vector is equal to B vector plus lambda into mu into another line, mu into beta vector is given by d is equal to, capital D means shortest distance, is equal to modulus of b vector minus a vector dot of alpha vector cross beta vector whole dividing by magnitude of alpha vector cross beta vector. That is beta vector from second line, small letter a vector from first line. Here a vector and b vector are called position vectors of the points capital A and capital B. I have shown about those before this theorem. Before this I told one theorem. No, in that theorem how we are taking a small letter a vector and a small letter b vector. Next, alpha and beta, alpha vector and beta vector from the given two lines, you collect them, alpha vector from first line, beta vector from second line. Afterwards, substitute here, and what we need for D, how to find out those two values here, and finally substitute here in place of numerator and denominator, then we'll get a required shortest distance between the two skew lines here. Next, second one is the distance between the two parallel lines. The distance between the two parallel lines, between the two parallel lines here. The two parallel lines R vector is equal to a1 vector plus lambda into b vector, and R vector is equal to a2 vector plus mu into b vector. A is given by D is equal to modulus of b vector cross a2 vector minus a1 vector whole dividing by magnitude of b vector. When the last two in the given two lines, the last two vectors are same means, then we are calling they are the parallel lines. The last two are different means skew lines. See, if you can observe here, a vector plus lambda into alpha vector, b vector or vector is equal to b vector plus mu into beta vector. Here these two are different. Here also these two are different. But last two are same. Here last two are different. Here last two are same, and here last two are different. That's what, whenever the last two vectors are same means we are calling those lines are parallel vectors, parallel lines. If the last two are different means we are calling those lines are skew lines. That's what, whenever the last two are same means those lines are called as parallel lines. At that time, formula to find the distance between those two parallel lines is given by D is equal to modulus of b vector cross of a2 vector minus a1 vector whole dividing by magnitude of b vector. Next, last third one is the cosine of angle between the two lines. The cosine of angle between the two lines, R vector is equal to a vector plus lambda into b vector, and otherwise we can take a1 vector plus lambda into b1 vector, and R vector is equal to A2 vector plus mu into B2 vector. A is given by cos theta is equal to modulus of, because it is always acute angle here, B1 vector dot B2 vector whole dividing by magnitude of B1 vector into magnitude of B2 vector here. This is the formula to find cosine of angle between the two lines. Cosine of angle between the two lines. But these two lines also they are in these two forms, because first formula is shortest distance between the skew lines. Second formula is the distance between the only two parallel lines. With the help of those lines, whenever if we want to or if we need the angle between the two lines at the time, we have to apply this formula, that is the cosine of angle between the two lines is given by cos theta is equal to modulus of B1 vector dot B2 vector whole dividing by magnitude of B1 vector into magnitude of B2 vector. Because we need like all these formulas to solve problems from 11.2 exercise. That's what before this I told proof of shortest distance between the two lines also. Now let us, we are going to starting the problems on 11 point exercise on these three formulas. Whenever they are perpendicular to each other, then B1 dot B2 value is always equal to 0, because in case of cosine angle 0 is the value for which degree of cosine function? 90 degree. That's what this quantity of numerator part, that is B1 vector dot B2 vector, is always, if we can take, is always 0 at the time. If you can compare with cosine angle in right hand side part, that 0 is the value for is always the value of 90 degree of cosine function. That's what. Then dot product of those two vectors equal 0 means, in that case we are calling those two lines are perpendicular to each other. That is next problems, how to solve the problems on these three formulas here. Next one is find the angle between the two lines. R vector is equal to, first question is find the angle between the two lines, that is the R vector is equal to 2i cap minus 5j cap plus k cap. 2i cap minus 5j cap plus k cap plus lambda of 3i cap plus 2j cap, 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap, and R vector is equal to another line equation. R vector is equal to 3i plus j minus 2k cap, 3i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap plus mu into I plus 2j plus 2k, that is I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. Yes, they are asking angle between these two lines. Just now I told last third case of notes, I told cosine of angle between the two lines. Solution is very simple. At the given two lines, first one is R vector is equal to 2i cap minus 5j cap plus k cap plus lambda into 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap. Now comparing with r vector is equal to a1 vector plus lambda into b1 vector. Next one is here another side should write one more line. Alpha r vector is equal to, second line is here, second lines 3i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap plus mu into I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap, and comparing with the standard formula here, r vector is equal to a2 vector plus mu into b2 vector. Just we need only b1 and b2, no need of a1 and a2 to find angle between the two lines here. Just what is the b1 here? By comparing this, you will get here b1 vector is equal to here 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap. Here one more b2 vector is equal to here, by comparing like this you will get here b2 vector is I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. With help of these two vectors, we are going to finding cosine of angle between the two vectors here. Cosine of angle between the two vectors. The cosine of angle between the two vectors is given by cos theta is equal to modulus of b1 vector dot b2 vector whole dividing by magnitude of b1 vector and magnitude of b2 vector here. That is cos theta is equal to modulus of b1 is, what is b1 here? 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap dot b2 vector is I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap whole dividing by its magnitudes. The magnitude of first b1 vector is square root of 3 square 9 plus 2 square 4 plus 6 square 36 into square root of I cap quotient is 1, that is 1 square 1 plus 2 square 4 plus another 2 square 4. That is cos theta is equal to, take dot product for the numerator part, 3 into 1 3, so 2 into 2 2 to the 4 plus 6 to the 12 whole dividing by square root of 49 will come here, square root of 49 means 7, here square root of 9 become 3 here. Then cos theta is equal to here modulus of 12 plus 7 19 whole dividing by 7th is a 21. It's a positive. Or you can write theta is equal to cos inverse of 19 by 21 like this. Like that we are going to finding cosine of angle between the two lines. Next question is, whenever if they can give in Cartesian form, how to find out equation of how to find out the cosine of angle between the two lines here. Find the angle between the two lines. Here in this case they are not giving the lines vector methods. If they can give Cartesian methods, how to find out cosine of angle between the two lines here. Cosine of angles. Find the cosine of angle between two lines. Number 1 is x minus 2 by 2. Second question is x minus 2 by 2 is equal to y minus 1 by 5 y minus 1 by 5 is equal to z plus 3 by minus 3, z plus 3 by minus 3, and another line is x plus 2 by minus 1, x plus 2 by minus 1 is equal to y minus 4 by 8 is equal to, and z minus 5 by 4 here. Already I told also, whenever lines are in this form, try to convert in this method. X minus x1 by b1 is equal to y minus y1 by b2 is equal to z minus z1 by b3. Like that we have to convert all the lines in that form. See here, first line solution for this is, let the given two lines. First line is x minus 2 by 2, y minus 1 by 5. But z plus 3 is there. It can be written as z minus of minus 3 whole dividing by minus 3. Another line is x plus 2 is x minus of minus 2 whole dividing by minus 1. Y minus 4 whole dividing by 8. Z minus 5 by 4. Because these lines we converted into this form, that is x minus x1 by b1, y minus y1 by b2, z minus z1 by b3 in this form method, where b vector is equal to b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap. First theorem method, whenever if we can see the lines in Cartesian form, try to convert all these lines into this form. From that line we are going to collecting what is the b1 vector and what is the b2 vector. According to that we can write here b1 vector is equal to, we must and should take only direction ratios here. What are the direction ratios from the first line? 2, 5 and minus 3. That is 2 I cap plus 5 j cap minus 3 k cap here. Next, from second line we are going taking b2 vector also here. b2 vector is minus I cap plus 8 j cap plus 4 k cap. We collected the two vectors, they are b1 vector and b2 vector here. With help of these two we are going to finding cosine of angle between these lines, that is cos theta is equal to modulus of b1 vector dot b2 vector whole dividing by magnitude of b1 vector into magnitude of b2 vector is equal to b1 vector means here 2 I cap plus 5 j cap minus 3 k cap dots modulus as it is. Next, second vector is minus I cap plus 8 j cap plus 4 k cap whole dividing by magnitude of b1 vector is square root of I cap quotient 2, its square becomes 4, j cap quotient 5, its square becomes 25, k cap quotient minus 3, its square becomes 9, square root of I cap quotient minus 1, its square becomes 1, j cap quotient 8, its square becomes 64, k cap quotient 4, its square becomes 16. Then we can write cos theta is equal to here modulus of 2 into minus 1 minus 2 plus 5 into 8 40. Right, minus into plus, minus 3 into 4, 12, whole dividing by square root of 4 plus 25, 29, 29 plus 9, 38, square root of 65, 65 plus 6, square root of 81, 65 plus 10, 75, 75 plus 6, 81. That is cos theta is here I am writing here. Cos theta is equal to modulus of minus 2 minus 12 minus 14 minus 14 plus 4, 10, minus 10, the whole dividing by minus 2 plus minus 14 plus 40, minus 14 plus 40 means 26, whole dividing by square root of 38, square root of 81 means 9, or theta is equal to cos inverse of 26 whole dividing by square root of 9 into square root of 38. It is the angle between the two skew lines here. Like that, we are going to find an angle between the two lines by applying the cosine of angle between the two lines. Next class, we'll discuss about how to find out shortest distance between the two lines and how to find out distance between the parallel lines. We'll solve like all these questions on next class. Thank you very much.